Hey guys, welcome back to Bonita Lifestyle Podcast. I sounded like a robot. What the heck? Anyway, welcome back. On today's episode, I want to talk about personal development, personal growth, how important it is, and how, it's a form of taking care of yourself. It's a form of self-love type of thing. Because I feel like taking care of ourselves is attractive. It makes you an attractive person. When you take care of yourself, you take care of your mindset, your body, everything in your person. So I want to share what I do on a daily basis, and then go through some questions that I found. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so it says, personal development is the process of improving yourself by developing your skills, talents, and potential. It can involve physical, mental, emotional, and social growth. Areas of personal development include mental growth, improving how you think and learn, social growth, improving your communication skills. That's one that I really want to work on. I mean, I'm working on it, and I feel like doing the podcast is also helping me to improve that. And reading, like I've noticed that it helps me to speak better, but I think I really should take some kind of speech class so that I could really evolve in that area. Because I feel like when you have like really good communication skills, I feel like that opens your doors to like even better careers, better relationships, everything. And then emotional growth, improving your ability to manage your emotions. Physical growth, improving your health, fitness, and overall well-being. Self-awareness, understanding your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Resilience, improving your ability to overcome adversity. Tips for personal development are to set small challenges, be persistent, celebrate your victories, avoid negative thoughts, meditate, learn visualization techniques, only compete against yourself. Personal development in the workplace. Personal development in the workplace can help you advance your career and contribute more effectively to your organization. You can focus on enhancing your professional skills, expanding your knowledge, and developing new abilities. These are really good topics to talk about. So for me, for example, let's go back to the first parts where it says mental growth. For me, like mental growth is like feeding our minds the right stuff, like making sure we're reading, we're feeding our minds that positive stuff, that knowledge that's going to help us improve, make us a better person. And for me, what I do on a daily basis for that is listen to podcasts that have to do with like personal development, like to improve myself. And I'll share with you guys some of the podcasts I like to listen to for that. And then also, what's another thing we could do for mental growth is working out. Working out helps our minds also to be strong, to grow, to learn how to handle adversity. That's one thing that's why I like working out and stuff now, because I used to like working out when I was in high school, like throughout my younger years and stuff. But then when I became a mom, I but I really let myself go. I think still in my early 20s, I would still do like my stuff, like take care of myself, work out. But then later on, in my mid 20s, I really let myself go. I would go back and forth, get back in the fitness and then no and then yes, and it was on and off type of thing. And then the next question or area, whatever, social growth, improving your communication skills. So like I said, on that one, I really want to improve that one because it is so important to have great communication skills, to be able to articulate your thoughts and emotions into words. And that's one of the things I struggle a lot because I don't know. I feel like I have like very limited vocabulary. That's why I like reading. And I feel like maybe in 5 years, the way I speak, if I continue reading, which I am, like I'm gonna sound much, much better, way better, more confident. Because right now I feel like I stutter a lot and I repeat certain words a lot. Like I say that word a lot because I feel like I do lack a lot of, words. See, I'm stuck right now. I don't even know what word to use. I really need to expand my vocabulary to be able to improve my speaking skills. Like, I really want that. I want to be able to speak like fluently and organized, not all over the place. And then another part of personal development is emotional growth, improving your ability to manage your emotions. So for me, what helps me with that is like once you become once you like do those steps to work on yourself. I'm saying this because like I've noticed that in me, because back then I used to be the kind of person that I would let my emotions take over. I wouldn't know how to handle my emotions. I would just be an emotional wreck type of person. Like when I was happy, I was good to be around. I was happy, blah, blah, blah. But when it came to not feeling okay, I was not okay to be around. I didn't know how to control my emotions type of thing. And I feel like when we learn how to control that, and when we're aware of our emotions and how to handle them, it's like you're better to be around with, because like that person, like for example, like your family, because they're the ones that are around you the most, they won't be scared to be around you, knowing that even though you're having a bad day, you're not going to take it on them, because I feel like when we're not like emotionally aware of our feelings or how to handle ourselves, that's when we start projecting and blaming and blah, blah, blah. And that's not fun. And then physical growth, improving your health, fitness, and overall well-being. That is a daily thing that we have to do. Working out, working on ourselves. Any kind of workout, honestly, like it doesn't have to be intense, but as long as we're moving our body, that's one thing I've gotten so much into now. Like I'm more consistent now and I feel amazing. It really helps you to handle your emotions better, because when you work out, you feel good. And when you feel good, it's like you're like good to be around. Like I said, like being, I don't know, but it's just like you're being, what's it called? I don't know. It just makes you more attractive to be around, because a person that takes care of themselves, I feel like they're like better to be around. Like I've noticed that with people that take care of themselves, take care of their mental health, by working out and feeding themselves the right things. Like I've noticed how like it's more like it makes you want to be around people like that more, rather than with people that don't do that. And it's not that just because they don't work out then or whatever, like take care of themselves, like you're not gonna, especially when it's family, like it doesn't mean you're not gonna love them or want to be around them. I mean, maybe you won't want to be around them as much, and that's okay, because I feel like that's another thing that comes with personal growth, because you start outgrowing people. You start, like, that's what happened to me. Like you start outgrowing people because your mindset is on another level, because you want to better yourself, and you feel that. And it's true when they say like you are the people you hang out with. So like if you're hanging out with people that don't value personal growth and all those things, you really do become like them. So hanging out with people that are in the same or even higher mental whatever growth journey or whatever, like it really does help you to want to better yourself even more. That's why, like for me, like I have to say, like I am not a person that likes to have a lot of friends. Like I'm very, how do you call that? introvert. I'm super introvert. I do not like going out, partying like I did when I was younger, but I did it to fit in, to be liked by certain friends, not because I really wanted to be out like that. Because every time I would do that, I would feel guilty because I wasn't really honoring what I actually wanted to do, what I actually the type of life I wanted to live. So I would always feel super guilty after. So yeah, taking care of ourselves, dude, like it's very important. And then self-awareness, understanding your thoughts, feelings, and actions. That one is super. When you have self-awareness, it's really cool because like for me, like even 2 years ago, I wasn't like that. Like I lacked self-awareness. I thought like everything was like from the inside out. No, everything is from the inside out. I mean, from the outside in, like the way life is outside. They like, I don't know how to explain this one because like that's another thing I've learned. Like how we are, like if we really learn to understand our thoughts and feelings. For example, if something is bothering us from somebody else or whatever, most of the time it's not them. It's actually a reflection of us. Like whatever we are not working on within ourselves, like other people will project that. Other people, like for example, the way you are with yourself, like if you don't take care of yourself, if you're not understanding yourself, learning to understand yourself, other people are not going to do that. So whatever you want from other people, you have to do that to yourself. You have to be that for yourself first. So if you want to feel understood, learn to understand yourself. If you want other people to understand your emotions, learn to understand your own emotions. So like everything is, all of life is from the inside out. How you are inside, it is only the life outside of us is a reflection of how we are inside of us. And that's going to also reflect on our, like the type of people we attract. So if you feel unworthy, if you feel not understood, if you feel not valuable, all those things, you're going to attract people like that they don't see that in you because you don't see that in yourself. So learning ourselves to have that awareness of how we feel, of our thoughts, and the actions we take according to our thoughts and emotions, like it really changes like your outlook in life. You start learning that what you're feeling is something that you have to take care of in yourself, not somebody else. Like nobody has to, obviously if you're like little kids, like obviously they need their needs met. But once you're an adult, like learn to take care of yourself. Have that self-awareness of learning what you like and what you don't like. Because if you don't learn these things in you, you're just gonna let people like choose for you. Like, and that's not attractive. That's not cool. A person that lacks self-awareness is not attractive because they don't know how to take care of themselves. They basically just let life dictate what they want, or like other people that they look for validation outside of them because they don't know how to validate themselves. Like, no, like we have to learn how to take care of ourselves, how to have that self-awareness of who we are, what we want, and control that like inside of us. And then resilience, improving your ability to overcome adversity. That's a big one. That's a big one because I used to lack being resilient. Like I remember I would let outside circumstances like take control of me. It was not cool. It was not sexy at all. Yeah. I used to feel squished by life every time I encountered a problem, a challenge, and that could come in many forms, right? It could be like a problem in ourselves, like how we feel. We don't know how to pick ourselves back up emotionally, physically, or when we have problems with our family members, our kids, since we don't know how to handle ourselves, we start projecting all this fear and ugly stuff to those around us. Like, it's not cool. So learning how to overcome adversity, and that's on a daily, because you could be having a bad day at work, and if you let that consume you or turn you into a little monster, instead of learning how to handle those challenges, learn from them. Like, learn how to problem solve is very big, because it's not just handling problems. It's not just solving problems at work, but in your life. How do you solve your personal problems? How do you solve when you're going through something that maybe you don't like? How do you solve that? How do you see those problems? Like, learning that from you, not from somebody else, not having somebody else do that for you, is important. Like, take personal responsibility. Because I feel like once we're adults, we're supposed to take personal responsibility. And let me tell you, it took me a while to understand that, sadly. Sadly, because I'm about to be 40 years old this year. And I think maybe because I finally reached a maturity level, I don't know. But it's never too late, guys. It's never too late to work on yourselves. And for me, like, when I started working on myself, I barely started in 2020, when all the bad stuff started happening with the COVID. That's when I really took life serious. It's crazy how something bad has to happen for us to take life serious, to take personal responsibility, to want to better ourselves, because we're in a deep hole and we don't want to be there. And yeah, I feel like that's what it took for me, guys. And sadly, like, it's true when they say like that, like, to not wait till something bad happens in your life to want to better yourself, to want to change like how you are as a person. And yeah, sadly, I mean, that's why now I see adversity and like certain challenges like that as something good, because if it wasn't for that ugly stuff, for those problems, challenges, I wouldn't have want to like seek myself, learn myself and all that stuff. And also in that time, like, I was going through like an ugly breakup. That's the one I was telling you guys about. That was toxic, super toxic relationship that I had in the past. And from there, that's when I learned my worth. I started working on myself. I'm like, never again am I gonna attract a person like this. Either I change or I'm gonna attract somebody like another person like that, or worse, if I don't take personal responsibility, if I don't change who I am to attract who I want to be. Because it's true. Like, the type of person you want to attract, you have to be that. I finally understand that now. You have to be the person you want to attract. If you want a person that understands you, you need to learn how to understand yourself. If you want a person that takes care of you emotionally, mentally, physically, you need to do that. All those things for yourself. Like, it's doing the self-work to attract what we want, because that's how it is. It's simple as that, and it took me so long to understand that. That's what I'm saying. It's never too late. Work on yourselves to attract better. And then tips for personal development. Set small challenges. So now for me, when I set small challenges on a daily, like, maybe it's either waking up early, even on my days off from work, it's waking up early, taking a cold shower. Those are small. Those are small challenges I like to do. Not all the time, because sometimes I do feel like sleeping in. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I wake up at 5 a.m. even when I'm off, because I don't. But it's one of my goals in the future to wake up early even when I'm off. Like, wake up at 5 a.m. even when I'm off, and keep working on myself. And that's a lifetime thing. That's once you realize how good you feel when you take care of yourself, it's like you never want to let that go. So yeah, set small challenges. It could be daily small challenges that you could like like do on a daily or a weekly, but just being persistent in those things, it's very it goes a long way. It really does. Like for me, like in the mornings, like my like when I'm off, like type of thing. My morning rituals are, I do not look at my phone right away. As soon as I wake up, I don't look at my phone. What I do is I start getting like in a gratitude mindset, thanking God for a new day, for waking me up. And then I start with affirmations or prayer to start my day. And it could be anything. Like I used to do daily affirmations every day to get me started, to prime myself to, tackle the day. But now what I do is I have this prayer that I tell myself every day that I found in one of the books that I'm reading right now. The book is called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Yeah, right there he has many, well, yeah, they're like prayers that you could do to like improve your life, yourself. And so I've been doing that as soon as I wake up, and I repeat it throughout the day as well. So that's one of my things that I like to do on a daily. And then after that, I start listening to either personal development podcast or audio, those audios that talk about personal development. Those are my favorite to start my day, to start my morning. And I want to share some of the ones I listen to. Like for personal development, because I used to listen a lot to, like when I first started like my personal development journey and all the self-love and stuff journey, I was listening to Jay Shetty. Like he has a podcast, and he also has books. I also read his 2 books. He has a book called Think Like a Monk and another book called 8 Rules of Love. Really good books that really help you understand how you are and how to handle, basically, like learn about yourself. Like those books really helped me a lot. And then I used to listen to certain audios from Tony Robbins and books. Well, one of his books that I recently read, last year, was Awaken the Giant Within. That one also helped me a lot because that book, like what I took the most was like how to be an excellent problem solver, because like how he says in that book, like life is a series of problems that we have to solve on a daily, and it could look any way. It could be, in yourself, in your job, everything requires us to problem solve. And that helped me see that, because I'm telling you, I used to drown myself in my problems. I would feel like a victim, like, oh, like, why am I struggling? And that's because I had the wrong idea of what life is. Life is not supposed to be perfect. And once we realize that and really, let that sink in, you're gonna see problems in a whole different way. You're gonna see like, okay, like this is an opportunity for me to grow. How can I solve this? What can I do to better this situation? It's not, oh, like poor me, like why am I going through this again or whatever. No, it's learning to really solve problems on a daily, because when we do come across like the big ones, if we don't know how to solve the little ones, then the big ones are gonna eat us up, and no, we don't want that. And then another audio, or they're like audios that I like to listen to from certain, what is it, like they're like, it's like a motivation podcast thingy. It's also on YouTube and on Spotify. It's called Motiversity, and I like to listen a lot to the David Goggins ones. Like I like how he also talks about, how you have to win the war inside you, and that's your thoughts, your emotions, not letting that control us. So that's another thing, like I've learned a lot from listening to David Goggins. He also has a book, but I haven't read it. And then the one that helped me the most to really break out of the victim mentality was the podcast of Andy Frisella. His podcast is called Real AF. And that's when I did the 75 Hard. I started listening to his podcast, and I also read his book, the book on mental toughness. That really changed my life. And that's one of the books I really recommend. And doing his program, the 75 Hard, if you really want to transform your life, because once we transform ourselves, and that's from the inside out, it's not you change circumstances, people, or anything. That's not our job. Our job is to change ourselves. And once we do that, let me tell you, your life changes for the better. Your life, the way you see life, the way you handle conflict is in a way better way, because you have a stronger mindset. And it's true, like what he talks about in his book, Andy Frisella, about how we need mental toughness for everything. If we want to start a business, we need mental toughness to overcome the challenges that happen in the building of a business. We need mental toughness to deal with problems within our family, within our kids. If we're in our relationships, like romantic relationships, everything requires mental toughness. Or even to take care of yourself, it requires mental toughness, because if we don't have that strong mind, we just let our emotions take over. Like for working out, we need mental toughness. We need to practice that discipline to make our minds strong. And we need that mental toughness too to work out, because when we are mentally strong, we don't just work out when we want to, when we feel like it. When we are mentally strong, we work out because we have to work out, regardless of how we feel in that moment, regardless of the weather. We work out because we have to work out. And that's the mindset I've developed from doing that program, from listening to his podcast, from reading his book. Andy Frisella is a badass man. See, I want to attract a man like that. That's sexy right there. That's attractive. And then the other, what's it called? Like motivational audios that I listen to on Spotify are from Jim Rohn. He's a motivational speaker from back in the days, from the 1930s. And then Earl Nightingale. He's also a motivational speaker from back in the days. He was like a Tony Robbins type of person that helps people and to develop themselves, and how it is from like it's pretty cool, because like the way they explain things is how personal development works, and like they talk about the importance of that to change your life, like how it all comes to the mind, how we think, how we see ourselves, like how we value ourselves. I don't know, like they talk about like way more stuff, like Jim Rohn and Earl Nightingale, but it's all about that. Like they speak a lot about the importance of recognizing your value, your worth, in order to really start to change, to really want to change. It's really cool. And then I like the Napoleon Hill's books. That's another, those are other books that really changed my mindset. One of his books of Napoleon Hill is called Think and Grow Rich and Outwitting the Devil. Really, really good books if you want to change your mindset. Like it is really life-changing. So yeah, I just wanted to share like what has helped me, what I listen to, what I do on a daily. And I feel like you guys don't have to do it like I do, but I just wanted to share what I do on a daily to better myself, to feed my mind the right things, to start on the right foot every day. And it feels really good. It feels good. You feel, when you do the things you know you're supposed to do, it just feels good. You feel so good inside you. And that's what creates, what's it called? Well, it creates self-belief and self-esteem. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. it makes you, it increases your self-esteem because you're doing what you're supposed to do rather than not doing what you're supposed to. You feel like shit because you know you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, but we let our emotions take over and then we just keep putting it to a side. We keep procrastinating, and then we end up feeling like shit. Why? Because we're not doing what we're supposed to. So yes, I hope this helped you guys in some way. And yeah, remember to get better. Like, taking care of yourself is attractive. Like, remember to forever, ever take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, all of it. Take care of yourself. That makes a person attractive. A person that takes care of themselves in all those areas, it just makes you a better person to be around. It makes you attractive. Just what I said. But yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, bye.